Hi guys, this is Mark Shawzin, the pattern trader here. When I started the pattern trader in September 2015, I had really a couple of objectives. And the primary one of which was to educate and teach financial traders how to identify and capitalize on the larger moves in the market. And last week, I have to say, was, to coin the term of the Brits, an epic week in the life of the pattern trader, my trading methodologies, and some of the trades that I sent to thousands of my members around the world. Primarily based on the heels of the pound versus New Zealand dollar, a pair that I've been extolling the virtues of for the past year, almost since last October 2016. The pound New Zealand exploded 700 pips last week, and 2 out of the 3 trades that we had on actually hit the take profits. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. I think cumulative between the weekly trades, the trades off my weekly charts, and those trades that I send every day to our elite members off the daily charts, I extracted over 3,000 pips last week on a host of trades that were on for a couple of weeks. What does 3,000 pip move mean? So if you had a $10,000 account and were just trading one mini lot, you would have made about $3,000 or 30% over the course of the last 3 or 4 weeks on these trades. If you had a $100,000 account and were trading conservatively and just used one lot, you would have made over $30,000. Last week in my Sunday video that I send out to all our members, I actually handicapped the move in the week following in the pound New Zealand. When I was looking at the Sunday weekly bar, we had a small, what I call inside week bar, in which I said that the ranges and the volatility in the pound New Zealand were likely to explode. Before the market went up, we would likely go down first. And what we saw in the first part of the last week was that the pound New Zealand went down to about a price of 191 before exploding all the way to over 198. Now, a host of my trades had a take profit sitting at 197.87. And I'm going to talk about those trades in just a moment. But, I was kind of joking with my marketing partner, Peter, that despite the fact that, I've actually hit the ball out of the park, not only this month, but for the last 12 months. I think actually since last November, I've accumulated probably over 10,000 pips in my trades over that course of time. Now, the irony is that while I collected that amount of pips, and 10,000 pips on a $100,000 account would equate to more than double your account, I think most of those months I had no more than 50% winning trades. In fact, in the month of May, I lost 70% of my trades while still coming out with a gain for 700 pips for the month. Because as I say over and over again, it's not that I'm trying to win on every trade. I'm trying to find 1 or 2 trades a month that extend for big gains, 200, 300, 400 pip gains. As it turns out, last month I had 700 and 800 pip gains on individual trades. And this is my methodology. And unfortunately, no matter how hard I try and reinforce this, there are still a lot of people out there that are missing the point. Now, I posted a video on YouTube last week how I made 3,200 pips in the market. And, I found it kind of amusing. Actually, it was a little bit pissed me off to find comments like the ones that I found under the video. And basically, I'll read exactly what he said under this video link. He says, many pips evaporated on Friday in the pound New Zealand. It closed down 260. Remember, it was up 700 pips for the week. I took out 2 trades at the take profit at the exact high of the week at 197.87. But he said pound New Zealand closed down 260. Well, it was up probably up 540 for the week. So you neglected to say that. Pound CAD closed down 350 and GBP AUD closed down 185. Well, I also closed out the pound Australian trade at the take profit also. I know you can't see it, but here are my trades for the weekly and the daily trades. Over 3,200 pips, and you can see the trades here is where they were closed out at the take profit in the pound New Zealand and the pound AUD. On the weekly trades, the pound New Zealand got closed out for a 793 pip profit on the weekly chart. I also closed out a pound New Zealand trade on the daily chart for 839 pip profit. That's over 1,600 pips just on one pair. And then I also made 476 pips in a closed out profit in the pound versus Australia.